difference, doesn't it? So I'm sure we're going to get quite hot. So just make sure you drink some water every now and then. Take it at your own pace, your own level. I'm going to push you in some areas, but keep it simpler in others. So just work with how you're feeling today. So let's start standing, feet hip width apart, spread the toes out. And we're just going to bring the arms up, and I'm stretching tall. And then release them back down, and then I'm just bending the knees and dropping the chin to the chest. And then lengthen back up, and let's stretch up tall. I'll just step back so you can see my arms a little bit more. And then release, and I'll show you from the side. I'm just bending forwards, dropping the chin to the chest. And lengthen back up, and again, reach up tall. Good, really, really reach, and then release. Ooh, that's the coffee machine. And then tuck your chin to your chest. And then lengthen back up again. Okay, it's finished. And let's bring the hands onto the shoulders, and let's circle back. And just get nice, easy breathing. Good, and then just relax the arms down, and then I'm going to step forwards again. I'm going to drop and look on a diagonal down to the floor, and then lengthen back up, and then looking down on the other diagonal, and lengthen back up, and then just look from side to side. We're going to keep the shoulders nice and still. Just keep breathing, and then just draw a few half circles with your head. Now the heat does help to kind of loosen up the joints a little bit, so it will feel hopefully a little bit better for us to move in these conditions. So let's lengthen back up, and then we're just going to bring the arms forwards, and I'm curling. That's it, and then open up and stretch. And bring forwards, and open up and stretch, and bring forwards, and open up and stretch. And then this time, bring the arms forwards, interlace the fingers, and just give yourself an even bigger stretch. And then just relax down, interlace the fingers behind, and then just open up the chest. And then shake it out there. And then let's cross the legs like we did last week. So I'm just crossing one leg over the other, so you can copy me like a mirror if that's easier. And then I'm going to stretch over. So I'm bending the front leg, keeping the back leg straight. And then lengthen back up, and then step the other leg across. And then stretch away from the direction of your front leg. And then just keep stepping from side to side, across, and up and across, until you feel that really kind of stretching nicely down the side there, so really opening up the rib cage. I'm just going to do that once on that second side. And then lengthen back up, and let's cross the legs again. Front leg is bent, back leg is straight, and let's roll our way down the spine, deeply into that back leg, and just take a few breaths. Make sure your head is relaxed. And let's roll ourselves back up. And then I'm going to cross it over the other way. So try to get my feet parallel, bottom leg bent, front leg bent, and then back leg straight, and then roll it forwards. Good, and really try and lengthen that back leg. I'm trying to really stretch my bottom up to the ceiling. And lengthen yourself back up again. And let's do one roll down with your feet just parallel. So on your out breath, only go down as far as you feel comfortable. Let's stretch. And then whilst I'm there, whether your knees are bent or whether your legs are straight, doesn't matter. We're just going to spread the toes out, spread the fingers out, and just take a few breaths. And then just soften the knees and just keep tucking your tail under as we're rolling back up. And then I'm going to stretch my arms out to the side from there. Okay, and then push that one shoulder forwards and lengthen back up. And push the other shoulder forwards and lengthen back up. Once more each way, push and release. And then push and release. And let's widen the legs. So feet slightly rotated outwards. Hands onto the hips. And we're just going to dive into a few pliés. If you're not comfortable in this position, then just keep going as you are, or otherwise just do squats in parallel. Okay, so you can do them parallel if you prefer. Okay, so we're just working, really opening up the hips, getting those inner thighs working, but also stretching. So breathe in to go down, breathe out, lift. If you're uncomfortable, very clicky tonight. If you're uncomfortable with your hands here, just choose a different position, that's fine as well. And just try not to cramp your toes, so try and just lengthen your toes out on the mat as well. Good. Now we're just going to do a few more. I'm going to bring my arms forwards, and then I'm going to open them as I'm up, and then close them as I'm down. Open as I'm up, close them as I'm down. Breathe in here, breathe out, arms open. Breathe in, arms closed. That's it, and only go down into your plié, just as far as you feel comfortable. So hopefully we should start to feel a little bit of a burn. So let's start thinking about our stomach muscles as well. So really bracing the whole way through. Now let's go for 4 more if you can. And then let's go down again. Keep your arms open. Pop one hand onto your thigh and stretch it over. And then lengthen back up. And stretch over to the other side. Feel the thighs burning. And back up. Once more each way. Use your stomach to pull back up. And then once more that second way. And then pull back up. And let's squeeze back up. Bring your legs back in and then give them a little bit of a shake. All right, and then go for a little rotation from side to side. Yeah, just do as many as you feel comfortable doing. Okay, now let's come to the end of our mat. If you don't feel comfortable doing any arm work, just focus on the rolling of the spine instead. So what we're going to do, we're going to start nice and tall, and we're going to roll our way down the spine, walk it forwards into a plank. So feel free to watch first if that's easier. So into the plank, and then here I'm going to bring my knee across to the opposite elbow, knee across to the opposite elbow, step your right foot out to the side, back to centre, and left foot out. And then we go again, so cross, and step to the side, and step to the side. But all the way through, you want to keep your weight nicely centred. Okay, so wrists under the shoulders, feel free to do this on elbows. And breathing out as I tuck. Breathing out as I stretch to the side. Really draw the tummy muscles in. So if you need a break, you just pop the knees down. Okay. And if you don't want to do any of this shoulder work, you just roll up and down the spine from standing. Really pull that tummy inside. No shifting from the center. Once more through. Side. I know the wrists are starting to feel it. Only for those who feel up to it. From here, I'm going to kick my leg up, my right leg, and I'm going to pulse from the bum. Shoulder blades down, and 2 more, and fold it in, and then other side, and kick up, so I'm squeezing the bum, 2, lots of stomach, 3, 4, 2 more, 5, 6, and then bring your knees down, and sit back on the heels. Good, do a few breaths. And then we're just going to come onto all fours and we're going to thread the needle. Let me just move back a little bit. So let's thread the arm through the gap. Bend your arm that you're leaning on and just reach as far across as you can. Take a few breaths. And let's bring it back up. And let's reach across to the other side. Reach. Some of you might be able to put the shoulder down, but don't worry, just work with what you've got. So we're doing 2 on each side, so I'm alternating 4. And just be careful not to hold your breath. So now on my 4th one, just reaching, so I'm really stretching the thoracic part of the spine, so a little bit higher up. And then bring it back up. Okay, now from here, we're going to bring ourselves onto our backs. So hammer the leg down on the back, and then once you're there, we're just going to tap the knees in, and we're going to do a little bit of circling. Phew. So, just a few circles. In both directions, just massage. You feel like you want to rock up and down the spine, or from side to side instead, you can do that too. So just work with what feels right. Very nice. Okay, now let's pop the feet down one at a time, and then place the feet hip width apart. And we're going to bring the arms down by our sides, reach your fingertips away, and then I'm going to peel up into a shoulder bridge. So I'm just keeping my chin down slightly, find that ski slope, careful not to arch up, and peel back down. So we're just giving that spine a nice stretch. Just go for a few of those in your own time. So make sure you're activating those inner thighs to stop the knees from dropping to the side. And those bum muscles, so you're supporting your back. And just breathe out as you're peeling in, as you're holding, and just do a few of those. So really working on massaging, especially if you've got a tight bit, just work your way through that one. And now when you've next landed back down into your neutral spine, I want you to zip up the pelvic floor, brace your stomach, and then we're going to reach our right leg away and then reach the arms up into a crunch without leaning on the left foot. And then pull it back down. And same thing on the left, so zip up, reach, go on an out breath, shoulders down, and then back down. And again, reach right, and back down. So I'm just using that stomach strength to lift up. I'm not allowing the pelvis to move. Now anybody who wants to take it one step further, extend both legs and then fold them back in. Feel free to do legs and not head. Just watch that lower back if you're doing that one. So breathe out. So either single leg or double leg extension there. Make sure you've got the strength from the inside first, and then we'll do that once more. Hold it. Let's hold it back. Small sort of apple or plum-toe space between your chin and your chest. Hold it. Hold it. Hold it. Zip up. Tighten that stomach. And let's fold it back in and go straight into your final shoulder bridge. So let's peel back up and in breath at the top. And let's peel back down again. Really massage, relax the bum cheeks towards the end. Very nice. Okay, so let's bring the hands behind the head and elbows out to the side. So find your neutral spine. When you're ready, let's activate our muscles and bring your legs into double knee fold or tabletop. Okay, so I'm going to show you the harder level first, and then I'll break it down. So we're going to use the abdominals to curl up, drop both heels down, lift them back up, and lower the head back down. So into your crunch, not using the neck, heels, and bring it back up, and then down. And easy level is curling up, tapping right leg, and then left leg, and then down. Okay, or leaving out any leg work is another way of doing it. So you could just crunch up and crunch down. You can always bring your knees in closer, okay? There, to give you a bit more support there in your position. So keep going at your own level. Just make sure you're not using your neck. Just keep focusing on the stomach muscles. So the crunch is separate from the lowering of the legs, if you're doing those. Okay, and just keep focusing on that right space between the chin and the chest. I've got a very long neck, so it looks like my neck is folded forwards quite far, but I'm trying to keep that right space there as well, but it looks a little bit different on me, so just focus on not creating any tension in there. So 2 more, here we go, zip it up, shoulder blades down, keep that pelvic floor strong, no arching, and then back down, and here's your last one, and lower it down, bring it back up, and there, and then once you're done, let's bring the knees into the chest. Now I'm tucking in quite tightly, just it feels quite nice to curl, but just tuck in however you want to. Okay, now from there, we're going to bring the legs back into double knee fold. I'm going to have the hands back behind the head and elbows out. And then you can choose to leave your head down, or we're going to curl the head up. Now making sure there's plenty of support there from my head. And I'm going to stretch my right leg out. And then I'm just going to open it to the side a little, bring it back in, and then pull in and drop the head down. So I'm curling up, one leg stretch, a little arch, just a lateral tap in the air. Bring it back in, and then fold back down. So we can curl up and stretch the leg out at the same time. So I'm just bringing my leg out to the side a little, back in, and then lower down. And curling up, shoulder blades down, stretch out to your height, out to the side, back in, and then I'll keep that going. Apologies for the direction I am just facing now, but it's just to show the kind of sideways movement. So I'm going to go there, slightly side, center, and then pull it in. Okay, keep it strong. There, slightly side, center, and back in. So there you have it. Just breathe your way through. Like I said, you can do this with your head down as well, and keep it smaller if need be by stretching up higher. Sideways. So what I want you to focus on is keeping your pelvis still as your leg goes to the side, and not to counterbalance with the other knee. Now I'm doing a lot of talking and you guys are doing a lot of working. So let's do this once more. Side, lots of out breaths. Zip up that pelvic floor. And stretch shoulder blades down and side and in, and then bring it back in and down. Okay, now you can either just take a little breather there, or we can see if we can do a few of those in a row without putting the head down for those who have the head lifted. Okay, so either head down or head up, back into double knee folds. I'm going to curl my head up, so I'm stretching the right leg out, side, middle and centre. So I'm just going to continue this without putting my head down to rest. There, and side. There, so I'm really focusing on the stillness in the rest of the body, but the only way to do that is by really engaging those deep abdominal muscles. We're nearly there. Side, in, you don't have to go at my pace, I'm just kind of giving you a little bit of an idea of what speed you can do this at. I'm nearly passing out, so I'm going to do this one more. Side, center, zip up, in, shoulders down, and side, and there. And then stretch it out. Give yourself a really nice curl in there. Phew. Okay, now, just stick your feet and your knees together, and then open the knees out to one side, hip twist, level 1. So roll your knees to one side, head the other way, shoulder blades still staying down. And let's power it back up, and roll over to the other side, shoulder blades still down. So if your back doesn't allow you to go any further, don't push it. Just go with the flow and pull back up. Now we're going to stretch the legs out, stretch the arms over the top. We're going to do one roll up to bring us up to sitting. So feel free to use your hands on your legs if you're struggling to come up. So let's do one roll up to bring ourselves up to sitting. Well done. Okay, and then have a little stretch forwards. Make sure we keep breathing, and then lengthen back up. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of work on our upper back, also on the stomach. So you can do this one in sitting, in upright, with your knees bent as well, or we can add that stomach by just tilting back a little. So just go for the option that you want to do. So I'm going to tuck under, slide the shoulder blades down, so go to your level, and then I'm going to pull both elbows back. On an out breath, breathe and reach. So it's our row. We sometimes do this with a band. So breathe out, keep the shoulders down, breathe and release. Breathe out. I'm really focusing on wrapping my muscles around, especially as I'm pulling those elbows back. So just watch out not to pull your shoulders up to your ears. You want to keep that neck nice and relaxed. So you're sliding your shoulder blades towards each other on that out breath. So different options is, like I said, higher up, or doing it in sitting. Absolutely fine, or with the knees bent. So it's about that kind of shoulder blade position. So pulling down. So imagine you've got little weights hanging off your shoulder blades, and then making them hang down to the floor. Okay, here we go. 2 more. Pulling back and release. And 1 more. And let's pull up. And then stretch it forwards again. Just take a few breaths. And then we're going to lengthen back up. Bring your arms out in front into sleepwalking mode. And then from here, I'm going to tuck my tail under, curling, and hold it there. So it's kind of the rowing position. I'm holding, and then I'm going to lower it a little bit more and hold it there. Feel free to hold your legs if you need a little bit of help. So this is for those who are quite advanced. We're kind of doing our 3 position there, and then lower yourself all the way down. So for those, and then roll yourself back up. Feel free to use a kitchen towel or anything under your lower back if you need a bit of a propping up. So if you're less advanced, just do a small tuck, 1, small tuck, 2, tiny 1, and then pull back up. So you don't have to go all the way down if you don't want to. So keep going at your own pace. So I'm curling and holding. Focusing on really drawing up the pelvic floor. I'm going to go a little bit lower, so I'm kind of almost in my sticky point here. Make sure not to use your neck, and then lower down. So feel free to stay in that kind of seated position. So forward up, so stretching forwards, lengthening up, and then tuck once and hold. And then coming down a little bit more, shoulder blades dropping down, zip up, really wrap your muscles around your spine, and lowering down. Let's do this once more. Okay, so I'm rolling up. If you are on the floor, I'm taking a stretch forwards, so I'm stretching from the hips. I'm not diving with my head. Lengthen up. And shoulder blades are dropping down, the more I tuck under. Let's hold it there. I'm just going to wriggle my feet just to distract myself. And a little bit lower down again, pelvic floor. Keep your stomach strong. So if you see your tummy muscles doming up, then I need you to come up higher. But we don't want that to happen. And let's lower it down and then stretch it out. Big, big stretch. Okay, and then I'm going to go onto my side. I was leaning on my elbow, and I'm going to have my bottom leg bent and my top leg straight. If you want to use a different position, that's fine as well, of course. So just have a little play around with this, as I know some of you have shoulder issues. So just have a little look at what we're doing. And then you can kind of have a little play. So I'm going to have my hand on my hip. First, I'm going to do a normal leg lift. So that's without any rotation in my hips. So I'm not pulling back or going forwards. I'm literally just lifting up and then down. The second one is an opening one. So that's where I want you to stretch up, show off your flexibility, and then lower back down. So straight lift and roll back, lift it up. So awkward one and stretchy one, and we're alternating, as you can see, up. So hip stacked, breathe out, lift, breathe in lower, hip rolled. So and up and lift. I want you to keep the stomach really nice and strong, and stretch and up and stretch. And keep it going, and stretch, and stretch, and up, good, and stretch, and lift it, and stretch. Here we go, two more. Lift it up, and stretch it up, and lift, and stretch. Okay, bring yourself up, and then we're just going to pop the feet over to the other side. And we're going to repeat on the other side. So, I'm going to give you a little moment to get yourself in the other position. So, elbow under the shoulder, nice bent leg, hand on the hip, and let's get it going. So, I'm squeezing my bum to lift my leg up. So, that's the awkward one. Then I'm rolling back to stretch. And I want you to use a little bit of momentum, but it needs to be controlled. So this is all about flexibility, and this one is about strength. And up. And hold yourself up nicely. So here, I want you to just hold yourself up. Here you're allowed to sink a little bit, but with the normal side one, I want you to hold yourself up. Keep the stomach strong. And up, and strong. And let's go for two more. Here we go. Lift, and roll a little, and lift, and roll a little. Okay, and then gently bring yourself up. And just take a little moment there. I'm just going to grab a quick drink, and then I'll be back. So feel free to do the same. Okay, now from there, I'm going to make things a little harder. So I'm going to show you the easiest options first, and then I'm going to make it a little bit harder. So we're coming onto the elbows, and then option 1 is holding your 3/4 plank. So I've got my bum down, shoulder blades down, and we're just holding that position there. Okay. I'm going to make it a little bit harder. So the next level up would be holding a plank here. Okay, so keep your elbows under the shoulders. Another level is bring the knees out to the side. So little Spider-Man. Now really pull the tummy muscles in, keep your neck in line with your spine, and I'm breathing out for each tuck. Now watch that your bum doesn't stick up in the air. Okay, so keep that nice long line. Keep those shoulder blades down. So either hold your position, so I'm not rotating my shoulders from side to side, I'm keeping the rest of the body really nice and still. Let's do 4 more. Either hold, or 2 more on the knees, and then bring the knees down, and sit back on the heels, and really reach your fingertips out in front. Now, if that was enough, you just stick with that. Now, I'm aware that you cannot really see me very well in the light with the slightly blonde hair. I'm just going to see if I can see if this helps. Okay, if you wanted to do something else on the shoulders, so feel free just to have a little stretch. We're going to come back into our elbow plank, and then from here, I'm going to rock and lift, and rock on the feet and lift back up, but only bending through the arms. So I'm not allowing my back to arch, just holding it strong. Now, you can do this with the knees down as well. Okay, just focusing on keeping the spine still. Let's do 4 more. For those who are doing this, 3, and 2, and 1, and then sitting back and stretch it out. Really, really reach, really lengthen. And then we're going to bring ourselves to sitting. Okay, now we'll be doing something in a reclined position, but on the elbows. But of course you can lie on your back instead as well. First of all though, just stretch your legs out a little bit wider than your mat. And then I'm just going to reach over, I'll show you from the front. I'm just going to reach over. Ooh. Make sure that the bum cheek doesn't lift up, so just a little stretch. And then bring it up, and a little stretch the other way. And then bring it up. Okay, just a little release there. And just bring one arm across. Give your shoulders a little stretch. Then look over your shoulder that you're stretching. And release. And let's do the other side. Just bring your arm across. And then look over the shoulder you're stretching, just to increase that stretch a little more. And then release. Okay, nice bit of time wasting there, because the next one is really hard. Okay, so don't panic, there are different levels. So for those who feel comfortable, we're going to be reclining on the elbows. So this is where you have to watch that neck. So just look straight through your legs in a minute. But if anyone feels, once we start moving, that this is uncomfortable, you just do the exercise lying down on your back instead. So, without further ado, let's bring the knees into a double knee fold. Okay, and we're going to do a 1 leg stretch. So breathe out, stretch, breathe in, fold. And I want you to keep your spine really, really still. So you don't want to puff as the leg
go. So this needs to stay solidly still. Don't slouch into your shoulders, so hold yourself up. So if you find at this point you want to line your back, you can do that. You can open your arms to the side as well. Okay, so that allows you to slide your shoulder blades towards each other a little bit more. If this is too hard, you can do it with one foot on the floor as well, just doing a few on one side and then a few on the other side. Okay, so different levels for everyone. So stay tall without puffing the ribs up. Stay really strong. Okay, now what I'd like you to do is stretch your legs up. Okay, keep yourself lifted, then lower one leg down. You can of course have your knees bent and in, okay? And then we're going to do opposite circles. So I'm going to show you the unfortunate position there so you can see what my legs are doing. So they're circling in opposite directions. And then the other way. But my center is staying perfectly still. Oh, it really burns. Breathe your way through. 2 more. And fold it in. And then we're going to do the other leg. So now I'm going to lower down my left side. Hold yourself up and let's get circling. Now don't focus on the pain in the legs. Focus on really drawing up that pelvic floor. Breathe. Like your life depends on it. And the other way. Here we go. Stabilize your upper body. Draw the tummy in. Your stomach is doing it. Your stomach is doing it. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And collapse. Whoa. That was tough. Okay, so I've just got my knees tucked in to my chest. And then what I'm going to do is just put my feet down. Stick your feet and your knees together. And then open them out into that frog position. Okay, just open the hips up and just take a few breaths there. Okay, let's bring the knees back up again. And we're going to keep the knees bent, but you may want to play around with having the feet further away. If in a moment you get stuck, you can use your hands. We're going to do the full roll up with bent legs, okay, so a sit up in other words. So we're going to bring the arms over the head and then follow your arms up. And let's pull ourselves up nice and tall and carry yourself back down again. So if you're struggling, stretch your legs further away. And you can hold your legs if you want as well. So stretching up and then curling back down again. Really try and follow the line of your spine. So just remember, having your heels closer in towards your butt is going to make this harder. Just really lengthen over the crown of your head once you're sitting up. And try and lower down as slowly as you can. Use your breath, don't lift your shoulders. Let your tummy do the work. And get it back down, nice and slowly, zip it up. Let's go for 2 more, if you've got it in you. Here we go. Now I'm quite glad to use my hands here to sit up. Slowly, 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 slowly bringing it down. And here's our last one. Reach, reach, reach without lifting the shoulders. Lengthen up through the spine. And let's gently, gently curl ourselves down again. And then give yourself a big stretch. And then bend your knees. Here's our last one. I'm just going to shuffle myself down the mat a little bit again. Okay, last one. Optional one, once you've brought your legs into double knee fold, is to do some gentle stomach contractions, the lower tummy. So I'm contracting to tilt my pelvis in towards me. I'll take my hands away. Okay, so you know I'm not using my hands. I'm contracting and releasing. Not moving my legs. This is the pelvis moving. Or roll over. Let's take the legs over, but stay on the shoulder blades. Widen the feet, flex them, and gently curl down. Just do your 90 degrees, and then bring your legs back together. So for those who want to, take the legs over as far as you can reach without going on your neck. Widen the legs, flex the feet, and slowly coming down. And then bring them back together. 2 more. Over the top. Or keeping going with your reverse curl. Widen, flex, and slowly curling down. Try not to use your arms. And here's the last one. So it all starts the same with that reverse tummy curl. Flex and slowly, slowly lowering it down. And if you've got the strength, we're going to bring the feet together, then bring your arms over your head and slowly lower your legs down. Feel free to bend your knees and feel free to do one leg at a time. So I'm going to go nice and slowly. Hold it, chin down, and release all the way. All right, let's bend the knees. Let's cross the right leg over the left leg and bring your legs in towards you. Let's have a little stretch. Okay, let's focus on those out breaths. And bring the leg a little further across. Tuck in a little bit more if you feel comfortable doing that. And then keep your legs crossed. Pop your foot down and then gently roll your knees over to your left. So your right leg's on top and you're rolling to your left. I'm just looking straight up. Only go as far as you feel comfortable. And let's put it back in. And let's uncross the legs. And let's do the left side. So let's bring the knees up and in towards us. Feel those bum muscles stretching. Okay, I'm going to give you a different view because it's quite hard to tell what's going on. Yep, you continue there. And then I'm bringing my leg a little further across, tucking in a little bit more. I thought I'd spare you the bum, the bum side, so this might be better. There we go. Holding there, even a little rock in towards you. And then keep your legs crossed. And I'm going to roll over to my right. My left leg weighing down. Keep your shoulder blades down, only twisting over as far as you feel comfortable. And let's use that stomach power to pull back up to the center. Okay, let's grab the right leg, stretch it up. Okay, don't hold your knee, so above or below the knee joints. And just have a little play around with your foot, little circling, a little point and flex. Okay, you can straighten out the bottom leg if you want to. And just take a few relaxing out breaths. Keep the chin down to help lengthen the back of the neck and just hold it there for a few breaths. And let's fold the leg down and let's take the left leg up. So try not to push the hips up. Okay, so find a position for your supporting leg that feels comfortable. Start moving around the foot of your stretching leg. A little circling, a little point and flex. And then start pulling in a little bit more. So either bend, still straight leg. Use that out breath. So try as much as you can to really relax with that out breath. So taking the leg into quite a deep stretch, but not so far that you feel like you're going to pass out, okay? And then let's bend the knee and stretch it out. Big, big, big stretch. And then in your own way, let's bring ourselves up to sitting. And then I'm just going to sit with my feet together and my knees out to the side. Okay, if you're comfortable doing that. If not, you can also sit differently, of course. Okay, now from here, I just want to take a little spine twist. So I'm just going to use that resistance on the opposite knee, just give myself a little twist round, and then bring it back to the center. Opposite knee, a little twist round, and then back to the center. Take a little lateral stretch, and back up, and the other way. And bring it back up, and let's push back out behind, curl your tail under, and let's lengthen up tall.